Let me come to JB first, and I've got two men in the studio, one who's got the same initials, but the other with the Yorkshire context. Michael Vaughan, what an innings, what a day for Jonny Bairstow.
Oh, incredible. I mean, to see an England player light up the IPL, he's the third English player now to get a century in the IPL, following Kevin Peterson and Ben Stokes. But Bairstow's story is a remarkable one when you think, 20 odd years ago he lost his late father David Bairstow, the ex-England and Yorkshire cricketer, to suicide, and came through the Yorkshire ranks. It was 2009, I retired because of Jonny Bairstow and Joe Root were coming through the second team at Yorkshire. Heard these names mentioned a lot, I'd seen them around the team a few times, and I remember having a difficult day at Worcester and I just thought these lads should be in the side. I'm not really doing the game service at that time. He came to the side, struggled for a while, then he started to hit the ball as he's done today, just in a consistent fashion, got his England place, struggled in test match cricket, lost his place in the test team, then came back and was a real high class, and is a high class test match cricket, but certainly 2 years ago he was so consistent in test match cricket. And then he got his opportunity in the white ball game. When you think you've got Jason Roy and Alex Hales, to dislodge one of those two was a feat in itself. He dislodged Alex Hales and he's just been so consistent at the top of the order, just playing strong cricket strokes. And I look at cricket in this era of the game and you think of three-dimensional players where you think you have to bowl, bat and field. Well, I'd add another dimension to that. You've got to be fit. You look at the aspects of Warner and Jonny Bairstow today, the running between the wicket, the fitness levels, running in 40-degree heat. So there's a fourth dimension that we don't speak enough about in this era of the game, is that you have to have your fitness levels to a very high standard, and those two today were an absolute key to that.
We already talked about the fitness levels with the twos, but just throw in the heat. He did mention straight after the innings when he was spoken to, and he said, don't think I'm superhuman, I'm absolutely cooked in that heat out there. A little warmer than down in Yorkshire.
Well, a little bit of it warmer than Leeds, yeah, where he's brought up. He is a fit lad. When he was a youngster at Yorkshire, even when he was around 30, he was at Leeds United, so he was a very, very good footballer. He was also involved in the Leeds rugby team, so he could have been a rugby player, possibly could have been a footballer, and he chose cricket because of his love of it. So he's always had a very, very strong base of fitness, but he works so hard on it. When you think about it, he's a keeper. He has to do all his keeping work, he has to do all his batting work, and then he has to do all his gym work. And a message to any young cricketer out there, girls and boys, that are thinking about potentially taking cricket up as a career, it's not just the cricket that you have to work hard on. You have to work extremely hard on the weight aspects of making sure that you're pushing some weights to get some strength, but also the fitness levels and the cardiovascular to make sure that you can survive like Jonny Bairstow and David Warner has just done for an hour and 30 minutes in 40-degree heat, pretty much sprinting. That's what they've done for an hour and 30 minutes. They've hit the ball into the stands, which takes a little bit of effort, and then the next ball they're running quick twos. It takes a huge amount of fitness, so it's a lesson to everyone that if you think you're going to be a cricketer by just having ability to play the game, throw the ball, bowl the ball and hit the ball, you'll only get to some level. If you want to get to the top level and be the best in the world, you've got to be fit.